Should we do the intro? What?
Yeah, no, nothing.
I'm really like out of it today.
Same.
Like I've had a rough few days.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, with much love to the pod, this is like the final hurdle.
Yeah, we've done a lot of recording and it's been a long week.
And I'm back to working 7 days a week.
I'm so sorry.
And I'm on week 3 of that.
I'm so sorry.
It's really fine. I just like need to readjust. I had like a lot of time off of just working the suggested human schedule of 5 days a week. And I didn't realize how nice it was to have 2 days that had nothing on them. But now I have Saturday, Sunday at a bar and I'm the opening shift. And it's like I didn't want a 9 to 5 and now I have an 8 to 6. So
do you want to work at the place with me?
No.
Okay. Because they're hiring.
No, thank you.
I could teach you.
You can take Wolf if you want. He needs a job.
Wolf doing this job would be awesome.
He'd be
like enough.
He'd be miserable. He'd just be happy to have health insurance, I think.
Yeah. I'm really sorry though. That like fucking blows.
It's okay. It's my norm. I just like for so long was like used to it. Like for like 3.5 years straight, I worked 7 days a week. So I think I was just like, this is my life and I love my life and I'm having fun in the city, whatever. But now that I took a break, I'm like, oh, I gotta go back.
Yeah.
But it's okay.
Maybe we're gonna manifest something different.
I just like
I can try to help you.
No, it's okay. I'm on the right path. I just like money-wise can't just nanny Monday through Friday. Like it won't pay the bills.
That. Yeah.
I just was hoping I would find a job that like in any way interests me before having to go back to the bar. Yeah.
I kind of realized like you have to do all the fun things not at work and work just has to be like cash in, cash out.
I had fun at the bar. It's just the 7 days a week is a lot of
that's hell.
To not have like one day that can be reserved for chill.
It's a lot.
I think I convinced myself because nannying is so late in the afternoon that I'm like, you get a chill morning, Monday through Friday. But I'm like, no, like then I still have to go to work and then like love them. But I wouldn't say it's like a walk in the park up there. I wouldn't say I'm dealing with like the nicest kids in town. Wouldn't say it's hairspray up there.
Wouldn't say it's hairspray up there. Well, hopefully this will be, although we're a little off, a relaxing, funny, light moment.
Did we say the intro?
No.
I'm Hanna Jerlander.
And I'm Nora Freed.
And you're listening to
High Heels and Punchlines.
Check. What is this one? Episode 9. Old dogs,
new dicks.
Did you like I actually really liked both these episodes.
I'm going to need new glasses because I'm just realizing I'm looking at my laptop. I cannot see it from here.
Really?
That's a huge issue. Here we go.
Do you need glasses? Oh, we learned this. You wear contacts.
I wear contacts. Look at me, my boomer self, making it all really big.
That is pretty big.
Sorry. I actually thought today, speaking of my boomer texting, I thought about making the font bigger on my phone today. So it's like, I need to see this. I can't see anything anymore.
Oh my God. If your phone had the giant font and you're sending the text you said.
So sorry.
No, I don't think the texts are like boomery. I think there's also maybe just the way I misread them too. Like I reread it and I was like, Nora, that was so like, are you serious? Why'd you send that? I thought it was like funny, light, like, don't worry. Like we're all just like, well, but you started with just no more after Critter and I sent a couple of voice memos to each other. So at first I was like, is she saying like, stop using this group chat? Like I was
just said, please, no more.
You were like no more apologies. You were like, you guys, no more. But we didn't know you meant apologies. So it was like I had said something, Critter said something, I said something, and you were like, guys, no more. And that's how I was reading it. I was like, okay, I'm putting my phone down.
I'm really sorry.
It's okay.
If I could turn back time, I wouldn't send that text. You know I love you.
I know.
I said it. In the text, I said, I love you. I'm so sorry. Do I spiral?
I don't think you spiral.
I don't even know.
I think you hop around a lot.
I'm hopping.
You're on the move in a conversation.
I'm hopping, jumping around.
It's like we think we're here and then out of nowhere, Tinder's back up. And then out of nowhere, like you can't stand that job or out of nowhere.
I think I have really bad ADD.
Maybe.
but I can't take Adderall because I'm already, I
don't know what it just, but I believe you.
All right. And back to the episode.
You want the highlights?
Oh yeah, Hanna.
I felt really good about this episode and next episode. All the women, maybe not the deepest storylines, but everybody has a storyline in the next 2 episodes, which I like. I feel like in earlier episodes, like Miranda will have nothing for a whole episode.
Yeah.
Samantha has nothing.
Everyone had like a nice,
even if, some people have the littler plots, but everyone had something.
Look what I wrote.
This episode.
Okay, Steve is hot in this episode.
Steve is hot
I thought you were going to love that when I brought that up.
Steve.
Sorry, I just spoiled the fun.
Steve's amazing.
I said he's hot now.
He's
now
in
the
next episode, though, not so much. But we'll get into that.
Okay, you give the overview, and then I have a...
I'll leave the questions to you.
And then
Don't worry. I remember
crazy fun facts.
I cannot wait.
I did some research.
Okay, highlight for this episode.
Yeah.
Big has a wandering eye. Miranda and Steve have opposite sleep schedules. Charlotte's new man is uncircumcised. And Samantha runs into Brad. Or, as we might know him, Samantha.
That was crazy.
If you know, you know. If you don't know, we'll tell you.
Can you change a man? Is Carrie's question.
Do you want to, should we answer that first?
Yeah, well, I was going to ask you, can you change a man?
I think you can change a man on certain things. Like, I think there's wiggle room and like if they want to be with you and there's things that are like they're able to change. But I'm a firm believer that like you really shouldn't. Because I really believe that, and like, don't get me wrong, you should change them on some things. Like if you learn they like I don't know, if you learn they do stupid boy stuff that just like is like, oh, that's like inconvenient or that's messy or that's like why don't you know how to do XYZ? Sure, you should tell them to like level up the way they maybe take care of themselves in certain ways.
Yeah.
But I feel like if you're having to change like the core way a person acts for you guys to work, I just feel like at the end of the day, like they're going to eventually, something might happen in the relationship and they might just not want to put in the work to do things that work for you, you know? So I feel like you can change a man on certain things, of course. But I think if you have a problem with someone's like fundamentals, like their core values and stuff like that, like it's just not for you. Like, and just drop it.
Samantha said that great line in the beginning. She was like, what'd she say? She said, I'm going to butcher it, but she basically was like, you can only undo a couple threads before the whole thing comes undone.
It's true.
And that's so true. Like you can only say a couple things and then you have to like kind of check yourself. Are you the problem?
And it's also like, and okay, in this episode, what really shocked me is the girls are saying a lot that like the women always have to change.
Yeah. And
I don't think we're living in that world anymore.
This whole episode was very, it made me feel like it didn't really go with the time, if that makes sense. I think the circumcision situation was like not
crazy.
Chill.
I can't wait to talk about that.
Like all that commentary was really not okay.
But like, I feel like in today's day and age, the more common thing is like women being like, I hate this word, but like girl bosses and kind of like laying out their expectations and people kind of meeting them or not meeting them.
Yeah.
I would say there's not a lot of, I would say most relationships, honestly, that I'm seeing, I'm like nervous to say this, I don't know why. I'm like all hands up.
Really?
Like I feel like I'm watching like high expectations for men and almost no feedback for women. I mean, that was the first like year of Wolf and I's relationship was me complaining about things to him and then he would bring something to me and I'd be like, I don't know where the hell that came from.
Oh, really?
I'm perfect, no notes.
Oh,
and then I started doing work on myself and then we both found that we have a really happy relationship. Oh. But like the first year, like I feel like, and I was just like, because I feel like there's this narrative, like don't change for a man. Like he can level up. Like you'll find someone who's perfect for you. And it's like, okay, but like, let's look a little inward and let's look at what we won't change. And if the things you're not changing are also just like toxic behaviors or like your expectations are like insane for another human being because you've been told that, like, you know, if someone's willing to just like love you and show up for you and try to change for you, like I think you could try to do the same for them.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I agree. I think that like I think because I don't know, I've done a lot of change. I feel like I'm at a point where I'm not probably going to change that much further. So but I think it's just like an age thing maybe. Like I'm at the point where I'm like I'm feel pretty like secure in who I am, but I I'm just like I think like so I think if someone had a lot of issues with me, I'd be like, well, this isn't going to work.
You're like, this is who I am.
I think this is all I got.
See, I do feel like,
but that being, but that might be, I don't know.
No, but I get you. Like you've gone through a lot and you've come out as who you are right now. So it'd be like hard if the person you're with is like not on board with the things you're secure about.
That was like with that guy that I was seeing who wanted to go out all the time. And I was like, I can't. I was like, honey, you should have met me a couple years ago.
We would have been married by now.
We would have been at BravoCon railing lines together.
You think that's where he wanted to go out? BravoCon?
I think that's what he was implying. No, but I just like, he wanted to like go out all the time. And I was just kind of like, I'm more like, I come off like I'm trying to go out all the time, and I am out all the time. But I really, if I were to have a partner right now, it would be so that I can hang and chill.
Yeah, no,
because I'm always at a bar doing whatever we do at the bars, like stand up or just like a hang.
Your life already keeps you out. Like
yes,
you want
that's
something nice. That
I want
you
something to bring me in.
To. Yeah,
like I want like a housewife. You know what I mean? And like that's just like that's too. I'm down to go out and do things. I don't want to just like sit at home all day, but I just feel like I'm never home anymore. I'm just like constantly running around.
So
what?
Oh, you go.
So, what was I going to say? What schedule could you not date?
Okay,
like of a person.
This episode was chilling.
Really?
Because this was Wolf and I.
Yeah.
And so in this episode.
Wait, yeah, it is.
It's literally Wolf and I. And especially when we first met. So in this episode, Miranda and Steve have completely opposite sleep schedules, which also means they have opposite sex schedules. And he wants to have sex when she first wakes up. But for her, that's like, I got to get to work. And he wants to have sex. She wants to have sex when he gets home from work. And that's for him. He just got home from work. And the whole episode is them like trying to figure out basically when can we fuck and when can we just fucking sleep.
Yeah.
This was literally Wolf and I have never lost the schedule from working a 9 to 5. Like I still get up around 7 or 8 and I like to start my day when I get up. And when Wolf and I started dating, he was working at a bar that stayed out like till 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Stayed open until 2 a.m. And he stays out more for stand-up than I will. Like, you can't catch me at anything past midnight. Like, if I'm at something past midnight, like, I'm probably drunk. Okay? Like, that's just, like, I don't like to be out that late. And I would find myself, like, I'd get home at 9 and he'd be like, oh, I'll come over when I close the bar. And then he'd wake me up and I'd be like, and he'd be horny and I'd be like, you missed it. Like, I was horny a couple of hours ago.
The window.
And, like, he would be like, or he'd be like, I'm leaving this comedy thing. Like, he'd always want me to come meet him. And I'm like, wrong girl. And then he'd be like, but I'm coming home in 2 hours, like stay awake. And then I'd be like sitting there waiting like Miranda, which I hated. I hate the waiting. In this episode, there's 2 instances where Miranda's waiting and where Carrie's waiting. Yeah. I hate the waiting. Yeah. Either get here or don't come. But I mean, I don't think I could deal with a sleep schedule. Like if Wolf needed to sleep after I woke up, I don't think I could deal with it. I don't actually care about being woken up. Like you can wake me up 5 times throughout the night. I'm probably already up. But like there's no sleep schedule that like I don't think I could live with actually. Because we worked it out and now we have sex night and morning.
That's nice.
So
I think for me, like my cousin works in commercial real estate and he's in the office until like sometimes 1 a.m. on the weekdays. And I was in the office? Yeah, he's literally in his office. Until 1 a.m. Yes. With all they're like finance guys. And he tells me about their schedule. And I was talking to his girlfriend and it was just like the schedule, it seems so stressful. Like he's really only available on the weekends because he has to be in the office at 6 a.m. See, that I couldn't do. So he basically works like 16 hours a day or something crazy. And I think that would I don't know if I could do that. Also, I have another family member who's dating a fireman. And
they have crazy schedules.
Their schedule is crazy, and they can never take vacation.
And can I say something?
Yeah.
Are you going to deny sex to a man who just came home saving people from a fire?
Probably not.
Probably not. You're probably like, wake your ass up, bitch.
But he gets like 2 random
really,
days
like, not
off.
Feminist to say.
No. I mean, it makes sense. If he's doing that work, we have to do that work, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he's.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, and they can't go anywhere really because of his vacation schedule, because he doesn't really get vacation. He has to always find someone to. So those are like things that I was like,
firemen are amazing.
He's amazing.
They're
oh my God, that wedding is going to be so fun. It's all the firemen.
Wow. You're
it's
in
September.
Someone.
But I can't date a fireman.
I just think you should try to figure it out.
No. I just said that I don't want to.
But what if he's a volunteer? Find the volunteer one. They can have vacation. They're volunteer.
I don't think there's going to be any volunteers. He's like been there for a while. Like he has like a core group.
Find someone maybe retired.
You want me to date a retired fireman?
Yes. Firemen, I just think are so
hot. Is
hot.
he like 80?
And I know you just said you couldn't, but like imagine telling people this is my boyfriend. He's a fireman.
Yeah. I was talking to a cop the other night.
Oh, that's not as fun as firemen.
Maybe I shouldn't have just said that.
That's okay. You're not fucking a cop. No. You were speaking to a cop. You could have been pulled over.
He said, I'm still at work. I said, oh, what are you doing? He said, law enforcement. I said, ooh, scary. Do you mean you're a cop? He's like, yeah. And I was like, oh no.
Yeah.
This sucks.
It really sucks, but like it's a full stop. Like I can't.
He said, don't worry, I don't bring the job home. I'm like, what would happen? Would you arrest me? It's like, what?
You should be like, what happened where you brought the job home and it was one too far?
I know. I was like, what's going to happen?
Oh, your screen.
The screen, I did this today. My new screensaver, tons of different sea animals.
Awesome.
Kind of a prep for my trip.
Yeah. That's great. That's very cool.
Well, I saw the surfing and I was like,
I gotta get used to the animals. Okay. So in this episode, the big thing also that's happening is that Big is checking out other women.
Yes.
But mostly he's doing it in front of Carrie.
Which is, he's
so rude.
He's just so, it's so, I know it's like over exaggerated because it's a TV show, but it's so disrespectful.
It's also like women aren't idiots. I assume that men like look at other women and sometimes you don't even mean to. You're just looking around, whatever. Yeah. When you're out with your partner, like you should, one, you definitely shouldn't be looking at the women, but you also should be going out of your way to like give her your full attention.
Yeah.
Also, I was like, I don't know how Carrie stayed with him during that restaurant scene.
I said,
oh my God.
I said, Carrie asked, okay, wait. It's Big smoking the cigar in the restaurant, going around asking everyone if they mind. And I literally was like, I feel like that was me, like at one point in my life.
This was just
being like, hey guys, like, do you guys mind? Oh no, I'm going to be an asshole and like buy everyone drinks. I feel like me, like maybe like
if we were together
7 years ago, I would have been like, can we smoke in this area? If not, like, I'll buy you guys all drinks. Like,
it was fine. You know what it was?
It was so rude and arrogant. And I was like, this is so
to the server. Like, she works here. She said no.
She can't do anything else.
This
is
rude.
What she said. It's rude.
I don't know how Carrie didn't leave. And I don't know if this episode and the next one, as someone who is and has been and will always be, no, that's not true, working class, like this episode scene and the next one though, the next episode, I know, but at the moment, I'm a nanny and a bartender. So
and I'm your tax advisor.
Yes. But this scene was like so infuriating because I know how it feels to just be like, this is the rule. Let me just go tell a customer the rule. And the customer thinks like, oh, the customer's always right. And because they have the money, I just should do whatever. It's like, you can't smoke indoors. You can't smoke your cigar.
Also, a cigar is a big thing to smoke indoors.
Right.
Like at least make it like a cigarette. That's
and
kind
then
of a bold
he made it seem like he was the hero when Carrie was like, I hate that cigar. When she was actually trying to say like, I hate you staring at other women. She was like, I hate that cigar. And he was like, all you had to do was say it to my face. And it's like, the server said to your face, you can't smoke in here. Like, don't say it like, just be honest with me and I'll do what you say. Like, just don't be an asshole. And the looking at other women like so blatantly. I know that the whole point of the episode is like, she's trying not to nitpick too many things. But oh my God, like just say like, hey, look at one more woman and you're going to lose the woman walking next to you.
But he knows that this is never going to happen because
even when she gets in the elevator with him, she's been waiting all night. And then he's like, come on, come up, come up. And she goes up. I was like, don't go up.
Yeah, she's
not
always
to talk about him like he's a toddler, but like stop rewarding bad behavior.
Yeah.
Ugh. And should we jump right into the ickiest fight I've ever seen?
Which one?
When he rolls her out of bed.
Oh God. And she punches him.
And she punches him.
And then she comes over with the ice
dripping.
It's for your face.
And that was a great Carrie. Thank you. It's so icky though when he's so mad at her and he's like taking all the blankets and he's going to the couch.
He's like, not now. Not now.
But she does he does it like a caveman. He goes, no talk now. Talk not good now. And I'm like, what am I like? If I was Carrie, well, one, I don't know why she stayed.
You would never be Carrie. I feel like you have too much strength to.
I would have been.
You had been
out of there.
Yeah,
I want you to know that sometimes Wolf says to me like, "Can you just wait a second?" And I'm like, "I'm gone." Like I always am out the door. Like he'll be like, I need to finish something. I need to finish writing an email, and I'll be like, I really need to tell you something. And he'll be like, Hanna, give me a second. And I'm like, have all the seconds you want. I'm gone. Like I'm always 1 foot out the door. I would never be Carrie. I wouldn't have waited for an hour and a half for him to even get home.
Yeah.
He's like, you could have waited at the coffee shop. You could have been here an hour ago.
Yeah.
It's nuts. He's just not hot enough to me as the episodes go on. I'm really heated.
I know. I'm kind of scared you're going to hit me.
I'm going to punch you.
I thought you were going to hit me.
No, I'm not going to hit you.
Well, a fun fact is that Big is actually based off of Ron Galati.
Who's that?
Is it Gelati or Galati? We'll never know. And he is a big time magazine publisher who inspired Bushnell's columns. And then turns out he was the corporate VP at Condé Nast.
Wow.
And originally they wanted to cast Alec Baldwin for the role. They couldn't get him. So that's why they got Big.
Honestly,
that's a fun fact.
Big is so Alec Baldwin coded.
Yeah.
But I think they nailed it because then it was only a couple years later he started 30 Rock.
Yeah.
Which was I feel like that was such a big turn in his career to do that comedy sitcom.
Yeah.
He was so good in it. And also I think he's a little too old to be Big.
Yeah, probably. Well, how old was he in 1999? We'll never know. There's
no way to know.
There's literally,
unfortunately,
I don't know.
it's one of those things.
I guess, okay, I did want to ask you, I actually am genuinely curious about your views on circumcision because I don't have any sort of issue with that, but I feel like, I feel like that whole conversation made it seem like it was like this amazing new thing that was happening.
Right, like a trend.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, am I missing something?
Well,
and then I wrote, maybe I'm not dick educated. That's what I wrote. Dick hyphen education. Maybe I'm not dick education. I don't know.
Maybe
what that
you
meant.
are not dick education.
No, I just feel like it's like everyone has a body. If you didn't get it done, it's okay. But I even had a friend who got it done in college. And I was always like, do you have to do that?
I mean, I don't.
Would you
get a circumcision later in life?
Yeah, would you?
I mean, don't you feel like though?
Are you going to get people circumcised? Are you going to get your son circumcised?
Of course.
See, wait, why is it? I guess I understand there's a hygiene thing about it.
One, it's the hygiene thing.
Okay.
For sure.
But people, then I've read online that it's a whole movement not to do it and that the hygiene thing is a scam.
The hygiene thing might be a scam. And there is a whole thing about how they experience more pleasure and it's more actually cleaner to keep the skin on, yada, yada, yada. I'm unfortunately the Miranda in this episode. I'm with her belief of I'm literally just going to do it because most people did it and I don't want there to be any conversation about my son's penis. I don't need him to have any woman talking about it the way Charlotte is.
Yeah. I guess it's just very American though.
Yeah.
Like when I hooked up with someone in Mexico and they were uncircumcised, and it was just like, I was like, oh, wait, the rest of the world is not circumcised.
I've only seen one.
Okay.
And it didn't really faze me. Like it wasn't like I clocked that it had its own thing going on. And then I was like, I was drunk, I think, in this hookup. I was like, oh, I've never been with that. And then he was like, same thing, look. And it was like so chill.
Yeah.
But I don't think I ever would react the way Charlotte reacted. But I'm never like, if I, like, I'm not like I would be I'm a little bummed to see it.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm like, just cut it off. I wrote down though that this man getting circumcised for Charlotte is like, ladies, like if he wanted to, he would. Like if, like, I know this is a TV show, but it's like anything you're thinking like, oh, he really likes me, he just hasn't done this. Like, no, like this man is cutting off skin. So like, Charlotte will have sex with him. Like everyone, like everyone's man can level up. Then I wrote, never mind, because then he immediately is
I was
like,
about to say, he's like, did it so that he could have sex with everyone.
The second, ladies, this is like,
this is it.
When I was watching it, and then at the end, I mean, I'm unfortunately on his side. Like his whole life, he's been judged for this thing by women, and now it's gone. Like, I think I would sleep around.
Yeah.
I'd want to have the experience of not having women shocked by my penis.
I really think it's an American situation. Like, I really think if he went to Europe for a summer or something, he wouldn't feel that way.
We'll have to get him that.
We'll have to get him a trip to Europe.
I don't have any strong opinions. I'm just like definitely going to circumcise my kid.
I guess I will too now. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I feel that, I think Jews do it a lot. So it's like a thing.
You guys have like a whole party for it.
Yeah, we have a whole like rager for it. So I guess I'll just
we just do it at the hospital. You guys have like an event.
Are you going to come to my bris?
Of course.
Fuck yeah.
Of course. I'm not going to miss it for the world.
It is kind of crazy that it's so public.
Yeah, it's like pretty interesting.
But yeah, I guess I just was like, oh, this is such a weird plot. Like I was like, oh, like I don't even think about this.
Oh my God, I forgot about Jake. I was with a guy who had a botched circumcision.
You just said his name?
I don't remember his last name.
I'm thank God.
Jesus, how could I forget? Because I remember I went down on him and I was like, is that an STD? And he goes, no, and he explained to me that something got messed up medically when it happened. There was like an infection when he was like a baby. And then they just like cut too much. And then it just grew in weird. And then I was rude. He was like, everyone always points it out. And I was like, yeah, well, I can't suck it. This was, I want to explain that anytime I tell a story where I seem like the meanest woman on earth, there was just like a period of time where like men were treating me so badly that I was like, what if I threw it back? I was like, what if I am like you guys? You're not going to be nice and kind to me and loving to me. So I'm not going to be that to you, which actually ended up, I pushed away probably a lot of great people. You have to have someone as stubborn as Wolf to stick around, pushing, get out. And he was like, what if I stayed? And I was like, fine. And then I was like, oh, it's nice he's here.
That is, that doesn't sound.
I might have a picture of it. I'll show you.
Of the dick?
Yeah. I don't know if my phone automatically deletes messages, but if it doesn't, like if I have all my messages, I definitely have a picture of it to show you after.
Okay. Oh. Yeah.
And we're back in Nicaragua.
My screensaver is a little distracting. I'll look at the dick after this, and
for sure.
I guess,
And then wait.
Yes.
You say something, and then I want to talk about drag bingo.
You can talk about drag bingo.
Okay. Did you want to say more on circumcision?
No.
Okay.
I regret bringing it up. I was like, no. And
if anyone regrets it,
really
it's probably Jake
doesn't listen to this.
No, I don't think he will. We're not in touch in the slightest. And even when we were in touch, he wasn't on social media.
Oh, amazing.
He's a little bit of an older guy.
Okay.
Okay. So they all go to drag bingo
after this.
Yeah, I pray. I might have that thing on where my phone, like after a couple years, deletes your messages automatically. I just pray I don't have that on. But even me saying it is because I know it's on. But Hanna, that was in college. There's no way it's in your phone still. Anyway.
It might be in your cloud.
I don't have anything in the cloud. I have nothing backed up.
No, we have the Google Drive now.
Okay, yes, but I have no messages on my phone. I know I have the Google Drive with our podcast, but I have nothing on my phone backed up.
I know, we just bought that extra storage though.
Okay, so I guess I'll start putting my dick pics in our Google Drive.
You could. One time I got really nervous because my mom was trying to get me to hook up my phone to her Aura. And I was like, oh God, can you imagine? I've heard
Aura's
somebody.
the ring, right?
No, Aura's the photo thing that goes through the house.
Oh my God. Okay. What's the name of the ring?
The ring is I don't know, but I know what you're talking about. It's like a Fitbit for your hand.
Yeah.
And
I was like, why would she want
the
your
Aura's
phone?
like the picture frame.
The pictures. Oh, that would have been scary.
And you can just have it so that it uploads.
Can I tell you the quickest story? And then we'll get back to the episode.
Sure.
When I was in high school and I got my first smartphone and my family started getting our first smartphone, we didn't know that you should have separate accounts. And this, like, we thought you could just make one Apple ID and we all log in, whatever. And I don't exactly remember how this happened, but I was taking nudes for my high school boyfriend and they were really like I remember them, like the way I used to take nudes, I had the confidence to just be like smiling, holding up the thing in the mirror, just completely naked, like no poses, just like here I am, like so cringe. Probably took like 500, right, just to like.
Whoa!
I was like, I was obsessed with myself. I was like, this is the best photo in the world. Like,
amazing.
He's so lucky. Whatever.
I love this.
Took a bunch of pictures, and then I go to my phone to send them, and none of them are there.
Oh no!
And I go to log into the cloud, and I have to like re-log in, and then I have them. But then I see a notification on my mom's phone in the kitchen that like someone re-logged into the cloud. I go to her phone. All my photos were also in her photo album. All my nudes. So I delete all of those really quickly. And then I realized it's in my dad's and my brother's.
God.
And just thank God, I was able to tell my brother, I was like, give me your phone. He's like, why? And I was like, I have naked photos on there. He's like, why? And he was like, why are you taking that? Your child. That's pornography. And I was like, not when you send it to another child.
Oh
like,
my God. That's like a worst nightmare.
It's just like, and luckily none of my parents saw my nudes. My brother didn't even see them. And he just shamed me for child porn. Which it wasn't. It's not porn if you're sending it to another child.
I think if the kid uses it against you in some sort of bribe or something, that now it's revenge porn, and that they can go to like juvie.
Thank God we got through that without that happening. But like there were already like, this can be a separate episode. Like, there was already a lot of like really, really embarrassing things my parents were enduring in terms of me just coming into myself and my body.
I know. I was so awful.
If they also had to see my first batch of nude photos, like it just.
Would you rather them see those or some that you have now? If you had to choose.
I sent my mom the photos of me naked on the Naked Comedy Show. She
different.
said, please do not send. And I said, look how confident I look though. And she said, you do look confident. How do I delete? I would be fine with my parents seeing my current nudes. I mean, before my current Instagram, like I was trying to have like an OnlyFans Instagram because I like had an OnlyFans and I was posting like pictures of me in lingerie on my main. Like that's nothing to me. I feel like it's more upsetting to have your parents who think of you as a kid still see you doing like really adult stuff.
Yeah.
It's like,
it's like 13 in the movie.
And about the fish. Remember, I still think about the mermaid. How I think it's the movie about the mermaid every time. The merman.
Whenever I bring up 13.
I think of the merman. Last thing. This was just the same year that they learned I masturbated with our family electric toothbrush.
I hate that. Hanna, no.
I love that story.
No. That's why do they know that?
Because I confessed it to them.
Oh God, no.
On a car, I have a really guilty conscience. And on a car ride home where my mom's sister and my mom's sister's husband just kind of made fun of us all night for being poor and not having the money that they have. My dad and my brother drove home in their truck and my mom and I are driving home. And at this point, my mom and I do not have a good relationship, but she's really upset. And I just say to her that like, I love having her as a mom, and like, you know, like, don't be hard on yourself.
And I masturbate with my toothbrush.
And then she goes like, I don't think you understand. Like, that means so much to me. Like, I really like, I love our family. Like, I trust you guys. Like, you saying that is like the best Christmas gift I could have gotten. And this guilt just came over me and I start crying, and she was like, don't cry. And I was like, every night I go to the bathroom and I take off the head and I bring the toothbrush upstairs and I masturbate with the metal part wrapped in a towel. And she was like, Hanna. And she went home and she went upstairs and I'm sobbing. And my dad and my brother are like, what's happening? And my mom comes home with the family toothbrush, takes it down from upstairs to throw it out. And I'm crying and like, what's going on? And she goes, guess what your daughter's been doing? And then my brother was laughing and my dad was like, don't humiliate her. And I'm crying and they threw it out. And then this last year I got her an electric toothbrush for Christmas.
What?
And imagine that the same year as they're seeing the nudes on the phone.
Oh my God, Hanna, that's crazy.
It was nuts.
It was really funny.
Crazy Christmas.
That is a crazy Christmas. Well, that's a crazy Christmas. And on that note,
drag bingo.
Okay.
I love Samantha's dress.
Mm-hmm.
The cheetah dress.
Which one? Oh, Samantha. Our Samantha.
Our Samantha.
Okay.
I did not like Brad.
Disgusting.
But what I do want to say before we
not like disgusting. I was like,
Nora thinks drag is disgusting.
No, I love drag. I'm just saying I felt like he wasn't doing a good job of like
how would you feel?
Samantha? I was like she could have had more makeup on. Like if you're gonna,
it was a tacky Samantha.
It was like you can do better. Like if you're gonna be the drag queen of Samantha, like let's see you with a really cool outfit.
How do you think you would handle if you learn that this guy you slept with after he slept with you? I'm guessing they're implying that he came out and now he does drag as Nora. What are you thinking about that?
I would actually be kind of flattered. I'd be like, cool. That's like I thought I'd be like, that's cool that like I have that influence.
Her reaction was a little.
Yeah, it was kind of like Samantha. It is imitation's a form of flattery, whatever. But yeah, it is a little.
I don't think he needed to share that it was right after her.
Yeah, that you don't always have to say that.
Like I don't know. I mean, I guess it was unavoidable for us to learn that his name was Samantha.
I just think he didn't look good. Like
I wouldn't
was
have
just
guessed
like
this was Samantha.
Like we've seen other drag queens on the show and they've always put out in like really beautiful
should have asked Dan
outfits.
Clay.
Yes.
What he thinks of that scene.
But like I just felt like he was not really giving Samantha, he wasn't doing her justice.
You know who looked like a drag queen?
No.
Miranda.
Okay.
I thought Miranda looked nuts. I'm sorry.
Okay.
She had on a two-tone shimmer top.
Yeah.
She's got this red scarf tied around her neck. She has on blue eyeshadow and the largest earrings I've ever seen her wear. Like, is this supposed to tell us something that like Miranda like goes all like gets into drag bingo every week? Like she never, in the next episode, she's wearing 4 shades of gray while talking to Steve.
Yeah. Well, maybe she just felt a little, out there.
Experimental.
She was feeling the music.
I don't know. I wrote down that the only drag queen at that bar was Miranda.
That's one way to put it. Yeah, I agree. Her outfit was really crazy.
I just like I want to know more about the thought behind dressing Miranda, because I know that their goal with her is that like she is she's a career woman. They're
inconsistent with her and they're inconsistent with Samantha. I feel like the only consistency we see is with Carrie and with Charlotte.
They have those two like pinned down. They know who they
Steve,
are.
honestly.
Yep. And boy, oh boy, do I have a lot to say about.
The moon.
I just can't wait
Miranda,
for the next episode.
Go look at the moon. Sorry, I didn't say it right, but that was really sweet.
It was really
Hanna,
sweet.
You know what I did? I teared up at the end of this episode. I was just, and then I said, I cried at the end of this episode. I cried at the end of this episode. Maybe I need to change. ? It was really sad.
Really doing like some inward thinking.
I don't know. Sometimes I'm like, maybe I take back what I said earlier. Maybe I got to do a reset.
No, I mean like watching this and watching Miranda and like you're thinking like when Steve is trying to cuddle and she's like, how long are we going to do this? Like, I say that to men. Like I've said that to men. And when you watch her, you're like, is she okay?
Yeah.
But then it's like, you don't even realize like when you're the one doing this like behavior that's pushing people away.
I think I might be doing that.
And
because I'm like, I have to go to bed by this time. And it's just like, but you're having a nice moment, Nora. Like, just relax for a second. And then I'll be like, I have to take my sleeping medication by 10 p.m. And they're like, but then you're going to go to sleep. And I'm like, I know.
I'm trying to go to bed.
I mean, you've seen me at the bars, and
I've seen you take the pills.
I
for
take
sure.
them out. I can't have the schedule not match up.
It's me. I live within this schedule, and for someone disrupting it to me is someone that's like not a good match. And it's like, or maybe there's wiggle room.
I'm also like, especially right now, I'm like, I'm not making time for men to take over my life in a way that prevents me from doing comedy or prevents me creatively from like functioning or making cash. Like, they cannot get in the way of that. But I think I have to let them get in the way a little bit. Because I'm like even with the dates, sometimes the 15-minute date that I had, that was like that. Looking back on that, I was like, Nora, that's a little crazy.
I mean,
I walked in, I was just like, we sat down, I was like, this is not the vibe. And I mean,
there is the rule that you're supposed to actually give people 3 dates before you make a decision about them.
It was 15 minutes, Hanna.
You did not obey the rule.
It was crazy. I just was like, oh, Real Housewives of Beverly Hills just dropped a new episode. I was like, I'm here. I just left work. I just came from a mic last night. I don't want to be here with this guy. He's just not, his vibe is boring.
I think it's fine.
Then,
I mean, I
was just like, I gotta go. He was like, oh, I was like, I'm so sorry. But then I couldn't leave quickly because I had all my things spread out.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've already told you all of this.
You've definitely told me it, but I love the image of you cutting it off. And I know the way you nest. Like, I can picture you like cutting it off and then
I was
having to get
I'm sorry,
all your
Jason,
stuff
this
out
isn't
of
going to
spots.
work. And then he was like, okay. And I was like, I'm really sorry. I just feel like this is more of a friend vibe. I have to go right now. I have to go right now. And then he was like, okay. And then I just like slowly start picking up like all my little things.
He probably was like,
one of my bike lights was like under the table, underneath his foot. I was like, can you move your foot there?
When we're leaving the massage place and like we have stuff
really bad.
Spread over 3 chairs, you're charging something behind the counter. Like the shoes are across the room.
Last night even, I was like, I'll leave once I show you Brock's haircut.
It was really funny last night when Critter was like, I'm leaving, I'm getting in a car. And you're like, okay, I'll be down in a minute with you. And it's like, Critter will be gone. By the time you get downstairs, like Critter won't be here anymore.
Yeah,
I was like, just say goodbye. Critter's leaving.
I needed my time. And then we had an issue with, what did I say last night? Who poops on my seat? And you were like, a bird.
A bird.
There was like a big splat of bird poop on my bike seat. And I looked at Hanna and I was like,
you were like, why
does that?
I was like, a bird who has no idea what it's doing. Last night, the way that I was so like, when you guys left, I yelled at Wolf for like 10 minutes. And then I was like, and then he was like, are you okay? Like, and I was like, I have to go to sleep like right now. And he was like, okay. I was like, I don't even, whatever I said to you, like, don't bring it up. Cause like, I don't mean it. Like, I've never been so tired.
Oh,
I was like, I have no social battery. And then he cried cause he had some stuff going on. So then he was talking to me and I was like, okay, I guess I can hear this because I just yelled at you for 15 minutes about nothing. And then we both knocked out so hard this morning. Happy as clams.
Oh, amazing.
That's why the power of, you know, when people say like sleep on it and you're like, I can't. Like I need to, it's like,
no, you should.
Everything should be sleep on it. Sleep on it. Because when you are tired or hungry or stressed, like you are not you. Like everyone should sleep on it. Like yesterday, I was like literally so livid at Wolf. And it's like, no, you just had no energy for anybody. And now there's 3 people in your house. You're not mad at anyone. You just need to go to sleep and be alone.
Yeah. Well, I'm really sorry.
Don't be.
What
do you think of Carrie's Cookie Monster shirt?
I think we have to stop. But because, right? Are we?
I mean, we do have to stop, but we also have till 9 and we started that one late.
Okay.
But we can stop.
No, we can stop. I mean, we can keep going. What?
Nah, we'll stop.
No. I didn't mean
it's in the air now.
What?
Like, let's just stop. Like, what am I going to do? Talk about Carrie's Cookie Monster shirt?
I didn't even notice that.
At the end when Big comes over?
Yes, I remember that. Yes.
See, wasn't worth it.
No. But it is really crazy. Sometimes she whips that out, the little rainbow socks, and you're just like, what?
It's like, where did she get that?
Like, you just went to like Party City and had like a little moment.
I just like can't. I
don't know if they
like
sell clothes at Party City.
Well, that was episode 9.
I said Carrie's smoking next to the window. So me.
Why did she do that?
Huh?
Why did she do that in this episode?
Yeah, she does it earlier in the episode. She's like thinking. She's like, should I change? And then she's like blowing.
And she should definitely change, but she should change to have the maturity to know that Big sucks and she has to go.
My whole thing where I'm smoking cigarettes on the fireplace and listening to music and having a nice moment has been destroyed, by the way, by the raccoon. So now that's over.
Hope he's happy.
So I hope he enjoyed coming up to my window because that was really freaky and weird.
You could take him.
No, I could not. And Margot didn't do anything. She was like purring. She was like trying to fuck the raccoon.
Well, she's like, oh, Nora's brought someone into the party.
She's like, someone else.
She's an optimist. She's an optimist.
Yeah. I don't even, it was really scary. So now I'm kind of scared to be up there. But it all makes sense because we're quitting in August. So it all makes sense.
Oh, quitting smoking.
Yeah. What I used to do on the fire escape is take all my blankets out and make a little bed and then read there.
Oh, wow.
And like have like a little moment. And I did it like every day. It was really fun, like over the summer, but obviously not doing that anymore.
I think you could.
No, I have
time you've been
I got an umbrella for my chair upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm set.
You'll be upstairs.
And you know what, Hannah? I got a big one. Set 2 people.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So we can lay upstairs.
Yeah.
I do want to tell you something.
Yes.
I'm thinking no party for my birthday this year.
Okay.
I've been having a big realization.
Do you want to sleep on it?
I will, because I just said that everything should be slept on.
Okay.
But I came up with it last night, so maybe you can't trust that girl.
Yeah.
But last night I was like, I hate parties.
When's your birthday again?
June 26th.
Okay. Hopefully I'll be back from my trip.
Don't rush. There's no party.
Well, no, I mean like hopefully like.
Oh, like you'll be alive.
I'll be alive.
I mean, don't worry about it. Pass away if you need to.
You missed my birthday, Nora? Whatever. Hope you're having fun being trafficked.
Hope you're having fun being trafficked. I didn't even throw a fucking party. All about me.
Well, I'm happy to host a non-party for you on my roof if that's what you want, since it will be really nice out. We can do that.
On June 26th.
On June 26th. We could do
this
a fun.
Will this be like far gone by June 26th?
It's going to be a long gone. Actually, this is going to be coming out around then. We're going to be completely different people.
I think later. This is episode 9.
Yeah, I don't know.
This is going to be like July. All right. Well, thanks.
You kind of just sounded like Steve there.
July. Miranda. Thank you to My Friend's Basement Studio where we record our podcast. Thank you to Becky Hermenzi. Oh, wait. What did she say in her LinkedIn thing? She said, so our social editor or our social video editor. Who's our social video editor, and to Sean Curley, who's our intro and outro. Nora's logging on LinkedIn.
Sorry, I won't do it.
And that was episode 9. Love you.
I love you, Hannah.
I said it first this time.
Okay. All right.